What is going on, you guys? Ahmed AJ2000 here. Now, I usually don't do unboxing videos. Obviously, I've never done an unboxing video before, but I just got this brand new beast laptop. It's my first ever laptop. Like, I've had laptops before, honestly, obviously, but they were all hand-me-downs and they were just old. And I've bought a desktop before, but I've never actually had my own laptop. That wasn't a hand-me-down or anything. Now, before we get started with the actual unboxing, I just want to talk some specs with you. The value of this laptop compared to its price is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Got it for $750 from Costco online, and that was the cheapest spot I could find it. And with taxes, it was about $811. So this was a steal, and you're gonna see why it's a steal once I start running these specs by you. So usually, smaller screen laptops are going to be more expensive the higher specs they have. So for example, if two laptops have the same specs but one has a bigger screen, that one is going to be cheaper. It's just, that's what I've noticed. There's there's not studies or anything, that's just what I've personally noticed when I was looking for computers. So this is a 14-inch, so it's definitely on the smaller side. It's not too small, but it's definitely smaller than the bigger ones I was talking about, like the 15.6, the regular size laptop, or the 17 inches. So let me tell you, this is the Lenovo Flex 5 14-inch 2-in-1. So it's a 2-in-1. It's one of those like yoga type things. So those are usually more expensive for the specs that they have. But this one had beautiful specs, and it was a 2-in-1, and it's a touchscreen, and it's a 14-inch, and it was still a good price for all the specs that I'm about to tell you. Like I said, the cheapest spot I found it was Costco online. It took about 3 days, free shipping, and the cool thing about Costco is it came with 2-year warranty and I think McAfee security for 3 devices for up to a year. I think usually warranties are I think they're a year, but Costco gave it an extra year, so 2 years. And obviously I'm not going to remember every exact detail about this laptop, so if I don't remember something, I'll just put it in editing here somewhere. Let me run by you the specs. This has 16 gigs of RAM. You heard it right, 16 gigs of RAM. Here's the best part. The processor really got me on this one. The processor sold me. This has the AMD Ryzen 7 4700U. Brand new. I believe it was released back in January. This processor is a beast. We're talking octa-core, so that's 8 cores, 8 threads at 2.0 gigahertz. You don't hear about stuff like that at this type of price. All the other laptops in this price range with this type of screen were all like i5s, 10th generation, all 4 cores, quad core, no octa-core. So this processor is killing it. I even looked into it, and there's a bunch of articles saying how good it is and how cheap it is for what it's offering. So this is a beast right here, guys. I struck gold with this laptop. Now the screen, I saw some stuff about it. It is a full HD 1080p. But the coloring seems to be off with 62, I believe it's like 62% the RGB or whatever it's called. So it's not the best for photo editing or video editing or whatever, but the processor really sold me, especially because I program, I do stuff, and 62% still isn't bad. It's decent, but it's not 100%. It's not like one of those $1,000 and above laptops. And this wasn't even on sale or anything. I found a bunch of laptops on sale, but this, even those couldn't match this. And it has 512 gigs of SSD, and it's I believe it's the fastest SSD type there is at the moment, the NVMe M.2, and it's supposed to be really good. It has backlit keyboard, it has a good amount of ports, and it charges via USB-C. I believe it's 3.6 or something pounds, so it's not heavy whatsoever. The color is, well, you'll see it, but it was the only color available. But yeah, let's get to the meat and butter of this. I'm super excited, guys. This came in earlier today, and I was gonna maybe shave or trim my beard, get it nice, get a haircut, but I was like, no, I'm too excited. I gotta do this video. I want to open the computer. I'm not gonna wait until I get a haircut to do this. Oh boy, there you go. Get rid of that. So right here, obviously you got the Lenovo branding. And you got all the specs right here. Now let me tell you guys, AMD's crushing it right now. They're crushing it. Like, Intel's got to keep up because AMD's killing it. Oh boy, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, here's the charger, just came flying out. Oh, and I believe it has a stylus that comes with it, but I'm not sure, so I guess we'll find out. Ooh, baby. Yeah, safety and warranty, blah, blah, blah. The official name is IdeaPad Flex 5, but on the website they had it as just Flex 5. Now there is another version with a lower processor. I believe it's the 4500, but this is the, I believe it's the AMD Ryzen 5 4500, but this is the top notch, the AMD Ryzen 7 4700 here. Oh boy. I can already feel it's solid. It's a pretty solid laptop from what I feel. A bit heavier than I thought it would be, but it's still not heavy. But it's definitely heavier than I thought it would be. The color is this like blackish, grayish color. Ooh. So before we open it, first impressions. So we have the, oh, never mind, I guess it's not USB-C. Well, actually it does have a USB-C cord input that you can charge with, but it also comes with a regular charger, and it has an HDMI. Let me zoom in right here. HDMI, USB-C, headphone jack, microphone, charger. On this side we got two USB Type A, I believe. I think they're 3.0 or 3.1 or something. I'll put out more specific details later. The power button and an SD card reader. And here's the color. And I like the sleek plain look. It's just a Lenovo symbol right here, but other than that logo, other than that, it comes with Windows 10 Home Edition pre-installed on there. Before we open it, let's see what else is here. I believe it does have fast charging. From what I've heard, you can get 80% in about an hour or something like that. So, yeah. It's a 65 watt. And the battery, I heard, is pretty good from what I've seen online. It's like pretty decent. It is a USB-C, but it's also an adapter. So I don't know what this is for. I don't know what this regular thing is for. Maybe that's for, like, if you have a regular charger from elsewhere, but this is the only charger that it comes with. So I was hoping to get rid of the adapter, but I guess even if it's a USB-C, you have to have an adapter. So, all right, let's open this bad boy up. I already got a hair on it. It's pretty solid. It's really solid. It's not like flimsy or anything. It is all plastic, but it's solid. Solid plastic. And honestly, this is the perfect size for me already, because my previous laptop was a Lenovo Yoga 2 11.6. That one was decent, but it was kind of a bit too small for me, but it wasn't bad. That computer is old now. Alright, let's open it. Here's the moment of truth. Oh, and it does come with a 720p camera, front-facing camera. It's not the best, but it's a camera. It'll be fine for like Zoom meetings or whatever. Oh boy. Here's this. Here's this. So it does not come with a stylus, but I believe they do sell a separate stylus. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it does come with a fingerprint reader, and the front camera has a cover where you can move it for your privacy purposes. When it comes with AMD Radeon graphics integrated with that Ryzen 7, so those graphics are pretty decent, and I've heard you can do some light gaming on this computer. And the cool thing is the speakers are front facing, and I've heard they're pretty loud, so that's a good thing. But I mean, it depends, because if you have it like this, then obviously they're going to be down. But for most uses it's going to be up, so it should be good. Here's a closer look at this. Keyboard looks nice. I do like my previous computer, Lenovo's keyboard, so I hope this is fine. I hope it's the same. Should be the same at least. Spacing of the computer looks nice, so you can definitely get some touch typing on there. I like that that you can click the trackpad. Some laptops that I was looking at, you couldn't click the trackpad. I don't like that. I did see this when I was looking up this computer, that these two stickers are going to be like not perfectly aligned, and it is kind of annoying, but that's not why we bought this laptop. Who gives a shit about the stickers? But yeah, let's let me tell you, this size is perfect for me. Let's power it up. Hopefully it has some juice. Well, let me put some juice in there. The screen to body ratio is pretty big. It's pretty nice. The bezels on the sides are pretty small. The top bezel is not bad, and the bottom bezel compared to other computers of this price range is better than a lot. Like the Dell had a 2-inch bezel at the bottom, so this is pretty good. We should get some fast boot up time in theory because of that SSD. I'm sure a lot of the specs are good in theory, but in reality they might not be as good. But I did see a guy that on YouTube that did an extensive test of this laptop, and it fared pretty well. So, but yeah, I've never had a USB-C charger before, so this should be interesting. Now I like the USB-C because I do have an Android, so that matches perfectly. Okay, let me just give it a few minutes to charge and we'll get back to it.
A few moments later.
I have this closed and she just started talking.
Just select the little
Must have opened because I clicked the button a few times, but I just left it to charge. But
screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys
it is open.
at the
Great.
same time
It's
to
turned
turn
on.
narrator.
Please shut up.
Enough intro. Let's dig in.
This let's see if we can get
Your
that brightness
region
up.
is set to the United States. Is that right?
Okay, so I like it that, please be quiet. So I like it that they have the secondary function keys as the primary, so the brightness, you don't need to press function to get it, the volume. They have that on my old Lenovo too, so I like that Lenovo does that. The mouse, I think, is just, it's weird because it's the first time using it. Obviously it doesn't have all those oils to help it, you help your finger move along faster, but it's pretty smooth. But it just kind of grips on your finger just because it's still dry. I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, let's this is the screen. I want to test out its keyboard. Let me just do some quick setup. So I'm just gonna put in my password for the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna type in. Keyboard is not bad first impressions. A bit closer, a bit too compacted for my liking at the moment, but honestly I just get used to it because my other computer was smaller and I got used to that, so this should be fine. You're definitely not going to be getting the best typing on here. It's not a desktop keyboard. You're not going to beat those, but for a laptop so far it's pretty good. I like the clickiness of it. This has the same feeling as my old Lenovo, nothing really different. A bit too soft for my liking, but it's fine. Yeah, the keyboard's fine. It's not, yeah, it's okay. It's not the best keyboard out there, but it's fine. It's pretty similar to my old one, but it's probably because it's a Lenovo. I gotta figure out how to turn up the brightness of the keyboard. It does have a button right here on the space, but I don't know if you have to press function or what. But yeah, those are my first impressions. It's a pretty solid laptop. Let's try out that touchscreen. Pretty smooth touchscreen. Honestly, I might end up buying a stylus because I want to do some writing on here. And here's that. There's a sticker, but here's that switch to cover up the camera. I believe you can open it with just one hand. You don't need two hands. Yeah, you can open it with one hand. It does lift up a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It's not the thinnest laptop, but it's pretty thin. I saw some thinner ones out there, but for the specs that I'm getting, I honestly don't care about screen or thinness or whatever. What matters to me is the processor and the RAM. Hey guys, it's 1 month later. Yes, I got this July 10th, 2020, and now it is August 10th, 2020. 1 month later, I'm going to give you a rundown of what's happened in the past month with this computer with my regular usage. And coincidentally, I'm just going to go off on a side note here, if you want to call it that. It is also my birthday. It's my 20th birthday. It's crazy, man. I'm 2 decades old. It feels weird, but thank God I'm alive. And yeah, man. See what the next chapter has ahead of me. But yeah, it was a fun day today. But let's get to this laptop review. So I have a list of what went well, what I didn't test, and what I did test. Well, not test, but like with my daily use, and the stuff that went bad. So the McAfee security is working well. It works with the browser, it works with the computer, and you can use it on your other devices. I've only used it on this computer though, and it's been working fine. The fingerprint works well and fast. All the ports are working perfect, except the only one I didn't test is the regular charger, because like I told you guys, I've only been using the USB-C charger, like the one that came with it. The photo and video editing display, remember I told you guys the sRGB 62% or whatever, that is fine for regular person. Like for me, it's been fine. I did some Photoshop, I did some video editing, it's fine. It's only if you're like a professional where you need like the 100% or whatever, but for like a regular person, it's fine. Like I said before, brightness is actually not as, like, it's not that bright compared to other computers, but for me personally, I don't really like too bright screens anyway, so it's fine for me. But like I told you guys, overall, this computer is sturdy, but I found this part right here next to the mouse, this right here, like the plastic right under the mouse. It kind of makes some noise, like when you click it. So this part isn't as sturdy, but it's not really that big of a deal. It's just a small part under the mouse, the trackpad. I didn't buy a Lenovo stylus. I just had a regular old cheap stylus, and it works fine with the touchscreen. The keyboard is really good. I got used to it. I know at first I said it's kind of soft, but I got used to it. So my video editor works really fine. It doesn't lag. My old laptop used to lag a lot with video editing. The battery's been decent. Just like as expected. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Wi-Fi is fine as well, just average, you know. Camera gets the job done. I tested it a couple times, like maybe once or twice. Speakers are great. They're loud, just like as expected. And like I said before, the trackpad, I like where you can click the left and right keys. And the smoothness of it is fine, but sometimes it gets a little bit laggy and a little bit annoying, but it rarely happens. I've been really loading it up with all my regular usage, programming, a bunch of Chrome tabs, and you know that eats up memory, and it's been doing fine with that. I haven't really ran out of memory. My old laptop used to run out of memory. Works fine for programming, yes it does, and I've ran emulators and stuff. Obviously it wasn't like heavy programming, but it was fine. My emulator wasn't running good on my old laptop. Fast charging is good, didn't really use it too much, but it charges pretty fast. They say it's about 80 an hour, and I didn't really keep track of the numbers, but it was somewhere around that. I haven't really tried gaming. I do want to though, but I mean, I didn't really buy it for gaming. The yoga aspect of it, like where you flip it into tent mode or tablet mode, it works fine. It has a virtual keyboard whenever you flip it into tablet mode, and that works fine as well. And it has a really fast boot up, just like as expected, because it does have that SSD. And the keyboard light is nice and bright. It has 2 settings. Well, technically it has 3 settings: the off, the low, and the high. And I used it like once or twice, and it got the job done. Now here's some drawbacks with this computer that I've noticed in the past month. Some of those were rare, but they did happen. And it overheated a couple times it overheated, especially when I was rendering like a video for YouTube and stuff like that. And sometimes when it overheats, not all the time, sometimes it shuts off, which is expected with any laptop. It only happened a couple times. A few times it froze. It just froze up on me. You couldn't even do Control-Alt-Delete, no task manager. It just froze, and I had to hard shut down. It happened like 3 times maybe. And I don't know, it could be an issue with the drivers or Windows or something. I don't know. I might have to hit up support for this. It happened rarely, like maybe 3 times, and I've had it like a month now. A similar thing happened where it would just randomly crash. I'd get a blue screen with an error code. It happened like twice maybe. Also could be Windows. I'm going to hit up the support and see what they tell me. Also happened twice in the past month.
Lastly, with daily usage, this happens like pretty much daily, but it doesn't happen like all the time, like maybe once an hour, a few times an hour or something. The screen would kind of just flicker with lines, and it would happen really quick, but I pick up on it. It would just flicker with lines like really quick. It's not to the point where you can't see anything, it's just like kind of in the middle, but it would just kind of flicker with lights, and it's a little bit annoying, but it's not like you can't see anything. It's like just like quick, like half a second. And it would just kind of keep repeating for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and then it would kind of go away. Like, I haven't seen it happen in like a day or two. So yeah, those are really the drawbacks. Now, there's more good than bad in this computer so far with my month of usage. These haven't been killers. Like, they haven't been making me want to return the laptop like tomorrow. But if they continue to happen and they become more frequent, then I will hit up support. Or I might hit up support just because I'm curious, and I'll see why those things are happening. Because I don't want it just freezing up on me randomly. Like, it is kind of making me scared a little bit, because sometimes I always have to save my stuff because I'm scared it might happen at any moment, because it just happens without any warning. So yeah guys, that is it for this laptop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do your own research. Don't just rely on this video. That's just my experience with it, and based on the research I did. So overall, it's a great laptop. And it's a great price, so I definitely recommend. And it comes with a 3-month return when you buy it from Costco, at least. So I do have 3 months, so I have 2 more months with it to keep testing it out. Like, subscribe, do whatever, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.